This is the facade of the Scuola Grande di San Marco in Venice. This was a confraternity for the non-noble citizens of Venice, and they were involved in all sorts of charitable, religious, political and social activities in Venice. And this was their meeting house. After their first meeting house burned down in 1485, the Scuola decided to hire the architect and sculptor Pietro Lombardo, his son Tullio, and Giovanna Buora to design this building. The Scuola is located at one of the larger squares of Venice, the Campo Santi Giovanni e Paolo, where one of the largest churches of the city is located, the Basilica dei Santi Giovanni e Paolo, also known as San Zanipolo. On this square, we can find an equestrian monument for Bartolomeo Colleoni, a 15th century military leader of Venice. This kind of military statue is rare in Venice, but Colleoni gave an enormous sum of money to the Venetian Republic after his death, on the condition that they would erect a statue of him. He really wanted it on St. Mark's Square, but the Republic compromised by putting his statue on this square instead. The statue was designed by the Florentine artist Andrea del Verrocchio, who portrayed Colleoni as a muscular and confident leader. The lower level shows two entrances. The larger one on the left leads to the hospital, the smaller one on the right to a little pharmacy. But when standing in front of it, the areas next to the doors capture most attention. Instead of windows, the architects included a series of illusionistic perspectives. The area on either side of the main entrance contain a lion, the symbol associated with Saint Mark, the patron saint of both the Scuola Grande di San Marco and the city of Venice. Interestingly, however, the lions on the lower level do not have wings, like the winged lion on top of the facade. It shows some artistic freedom, because the winged lion is St. Mark's real symbol, and that is the one that you will find all over Venice. The areas on either side of the smaller entrance show stories from the life of St. Mark, and above the main entrance is a lunette with another story about St. Mark, where he is venerated by his brothers. In 1490, 5 years after the team of 3 architects had completed the lower level of the facade, they got into some severe arguments, such that they lost the commission of the upper part of the building to Mauro Coducci, who had recently designed the elegant San Michele in Isola church. On the second level, Coducci cleverly included some contrast with the first level. You can see that he kept the areas above the 2 doors relatively plain and included the windows above the areas where the first architects had included their illusionistic perspectives. And just like the 2 doors dividing the lower level in 2 parts, he used different pediments above the windows on the second level, triangular ones on the right and segmental or curved ones on the left. Finally, on the top level, Coducci crowned the building with so-called lunettes, the half-moon shaped spaces. Interestingly, the lunettes come in different sizes, something that may look somewhat familiar, as that is also the case for the facade of the most important cathedral in Venice, St. Mark's Basilica, which was built 4 centuries earlier. It is a nice example of the combination of Venetian and Byzantine architecture. And before turning to the inside of the building, it is nice to compare an image taken in 2022 with a painting by Federico del Campo from 1898, showing that not much has changed about the facade and the square in front of it. The Scuola Grande di San Marco was disbanded in 1807 during the French occupation, and nowadays the building serves as part of the main hospital of Venice. This is not surprising, as a medical clinic was already part of the original Scuola. Nowadays, part of the former Scuola is preserved as a museum. You can find a large meeting hall of the Scuola on the second level. Known in Italian as the Sala Capitolare, it was the place where the entire confraternity could fit when meeting in assembly during the year. You can still see how it looks inside, including some large artworks from the 16th and 17th centuries on the walls. Unfortunately, they are not the originals, as those have been moved to various museums during the Napoleonic occupation when the Scuola was disbanded. So when looking at the walls at the works by artists like the Bellini brothers, Giovanni and Gentile, and Domenico Tintoretto, the son of the more famous Jacopo Tintoretto, you will see high quality prints mimicking how the rooms would have looked 4 centuries ago. For example, on the sides here you can see 2 works by Domenico Tintoretto, the Dream of Saint Mark on the left and Saint Mark blessing the Venetian islands on the right. And in the middle is Palma il Giovane's altarpiece entitled Saint Mark in Glory with Saints Peter and Paul. In the past, the chapter room of the Scuola was adorned with 4 impressive works by the famous Jacopo Tintoretto, including his Miracle of the Slave, Saint Mark's body brought back to Venice, the finding of the body of Saint Mark, and Saint Mark saving a Saracen from shipwreck. But this room is not accessible anymore, and so if you are interested in the paintings, it is better to just visit the Galleria dell'Accademia in Venice. What you can see inside is a fairly impressive collection of ancient books, many of them related to the medical science, so if this is of interest to you, a visit to the inside is certainly recommended. But if you're time-strapped, you can just enjoy the impressive architecture of the facade of this building. Well, I hope you enjoyed this discussion of the Scuola Grande di San Marco, part of my series of videos about Venice. As usual, if you have any thoughts, comments or questions after seeing this video, please leave them in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button, it helps the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.